What's going on, guys? As always, it is Matt from Mythiic Gaming bringing you some more amazing Minecraft seeds. This one is pretty awesome, so let's get the map out and I'll take you through it as soon as I can. Alright, as you can see, looking at this map, it's a pretty nice map, got a nice balance, has a mushroom biome up in the left there, so it does have all the biomes you need. And it's also got 4 villages, which I'll point out for you right now so that you can get the coordinates and decide whichever one you want to make home. Personally, I'm going to suggest the one in the middle, and you'll see when we get there, but I'm going to save that one for last. So here you go, this is the first village. Here's your coordinates. As you can see, I was standing on a blacksmith, so yes, there is one here. It is a small village, but you know, a village is a village, plus it's got all this exposed ore over here. I mean, look at all this iron. There's at least 4 pockets of iron sitting right there on the surface, so this is not a bad village to start at. But moving on, there is a bigger village right here. As you can see, it's pretty close too. It's right across here. And I'm sure you've already noticed it does also have a blacksmith. So before we get into this one, let me hit you with these coordinates. Alright, and then as I was saying, this is a nice big village. I really like the layout of this one because it's right here with the jungle. I always think that looks nice to have a village right next to a jungle. Then you've got some nice plains, you know, a little bit of mountains over here, which is always pretty scenic. And then you've got your other village there. So if you get really adventurous, you could probably connect them without too much work and have just this giant metropolis, which is always pretty neat. So that's an idea. I'm just going to throw it out there in case you guys want to do something like that. But after that, we will go down to the third village, which is the only desert village on this map, oddly enough. Kind of a surprise. Usually I get maps that have at least 2, because I don't know if it's just me, but I tend to get a lot of desert, so to have only this little pocket of sand down here and have 1 village in it is kind of different for me. So I mean, you can see that the village isn't anything horribly amazing, although it does also have a blacksmith. So far that's 3 villages and 3 blacksmiths, but it's a small little village. Coordinates are right here before I forget to give them to you. And yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that far from spawn either. But what we're going to do now is get to the actual meat of this video, which is over at the spawn. So let me just shoot on over to that spot real quick for you, and then we'll check it out. You see, you spawn right here. That's literally where that is almost a spawn. I think your actual spawn spot is probably right about here, just kind of for reference. But you spawn right here with this nice little village right over here. And I say little just because, you know, they're villages, so I consider them little. I mean, obviously in the game this is a pretty sizable village. But you have a nice village right here. I'll give you the coordinates even though it's pretty much off a spawn, so you're going to find it not a problem anyways. But here's the coordinates for this, and then if you go, let's see, right here, not too far from the village, right over into this little mountain area here, right at these coordinates, right there, you're going to run into a surface ravine. And I know normally I don't mark surface ravines, but obviously I marked this one for a reason, and I'm sure you've noticed from my videos by now that I kind of mark surface ravines when something interesting is in them. And you can see this one has a dungeon open to the surface, so you know, it's 1 chest, not the most amazing thing in the world, but I don't see these dungeons built into surface ravines nearly as much as I used to in like the older updates, like the 1.8.2. I used to see them all the time, so it's kind of a nice little bonus to kind of have this built in here. And now for the biggest part of this seed, it's going to be right back over at spawn. This is obviously the reason you're probably really interested in this map, so I won't delay it any longer. So as you remember, I said you spawn right about here, so you've got your village over there, your ravine, your dungeon, all that great stuff. But if you only go, I don't know, what, 5 seconds in front of you, you're going to run into another surface ravine right here, just kind of minding its business. I'll give you the coordinates even though they really don't matter, because you're not going to miss it off a spawn. You take 10 seconds to walk around, you'll find it. But regardless, here's the coordinates, and as you can see right in the bottom here is your stronghold. It's just sitting right here, and this is actually your end portal too. I mean, normally when I get a surface stronghold, it's the library popped out most of the time, but this one actually has the end portal right here, exposed straight up into the top side, the surface. So that's kind of interesting. But I mean, aside from the fact that not only is it a surface stronghold, but you can see it's even in a double ravine, so there's a ton to do at spawn. I mean, there could be a mine shaft around here somewhere. I didn't really get that far into searching these caves, but I have a feeling you're going to find all kinds of great stuff down here besides the things I pointed out. So this is really, really a great spawn seed because you've got everything you need. You spawn here, you got a ravine, well, a double ravine, with the Stronghold, you got a village, and on the other side of this village you have a ravine with a dungeon in it. So this is probably one of the better maps I've come across, especially since I started this series, and I was pretty happy to be able to film this for you guys and kind of show it to you. So that's about it for this seed. As you can see, the rest of it is pretty typical. There are a lot of mountains, so if you like building in mountains, it's pretty fun. But it does have all your biomes and all these amazing surface features, so I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'm sure you could have a lot of fun here. So yeah, go ahead and enjoy this one, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.